phone recording.
Yeah, it does, but you know, it's alright because
Need a new podcast machine.
yeah, I need like you can actually get an adapter for this, so you can get like 2 extra adapters. Which I might buy it actually, because it's fine when you get like a 3-piece because you've got all the inputs and then you've got an extra input for the soundboard. But when there's a 4-piece, you've got all the mics, like, because there's only 6 inputs.
So what you're saying is we're being difficult.
Yeah, you're being incredibly difficult.
Right, who's getting kicked out by it?
So someone has to go. No, I'm joking. Welcome to Off the Stage. It's the show where welcome to Off the Stage. It's the show where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. I'm James Berry. This is Conor Michael. That's Corsten Press. And today we are joined by Fire Lady Luck. This is the thing where I'm going to have to try and read backwards. Oh, there we go. You know what? I also have trouble enough searching for the sound pad normally, but searching for it upside down is like, I'm getting there, I'm getting better. By the 100th episode, I'm going to be like...
Only a few more weeks away, innit?
It is, when is the 100th episode, do you think?
It should probably be about May, to be honest. Maybe April.
Yeah, oh well, okay.
We've still got a few months.
Still got a few months.
Hi guys.
Hello.
A minute and a half in, we should say hello. So yeah, we've got Fire Lady Luck on. We've had one on before, but not all 4 of you. So let's start with, who are you? What do you do at the band?
Hello, well, I'll start because
Yeah.
So I'm Alexander. I'm the drummer, the very loud one of the band.
I'm Jordan, I'm the lead guitarist.
I'm Connor, I'm the bass player.
And I'm Lewis and I'm the singer.
Yeah.
I'm the guitarist.
Yeah, don't leave that out.
That's who's all.
Wow.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've had you guys on before. Well, we've had one of you guys on before. But individually, what kind of inspired you to join the band? Are you all the original members, or have you all added bits in at different times, or?
Funnily enough, actually, it's just Lewis who's the original member, isn't it?
Yeah, well, class Alexander.
Almost.
Yeah, class Alexander.
Class me, yeah.
These 2 are brothers as well, by the way. Just to point that out.
We'll just go with that.
Which does help.
We've known each other a while.
Too long.
Also, yeah, so he's a brother. So that's a common thing these days, you know. It's,
Yeah, so essentially me and Alexander being in the band, you've been, what, 12 years now? 10 years?
Yeah,
Something
around
like
like
that.
that. It's been
And Jordan
a while.
and Connor came along and joined the ride
Yeah.
about 4 years ago.
About that, yeah.
that's
And we've been consistent ever since.
it's good. 4 years is it's a long time for a band these days. I mean,
I know, yeah, we've been through some changes, I won't lie, but this is the longest we've had a lineup that's stuck.
have you always been like Fire Lady Luck? Have you?
No, I think like I say, I think we chatted about it last time. The Blitz.
The Blitz.
Back down the Smugglers.
That's what
I've been Fire Lady Luck once.
Have you been Fire Lady
I
Luck?
have been Fire Lady Luck once. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Whilst I'm finding this, so what are all the influences the same? Are you all the same, like songs that you grew up with, or did you all merge the band and go, shit, we need to learn the same stuff now?
Pretty much just Green Day, to be honest. That's the main one.
the box and Green Day.
Yeah, had to say.
I know.
You can't not.
Yeah.
Like punk rock, like the whole
Yes,
like Green Day, Sum 41, Blinks kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was in Fire Lady Luck once. Can you pass this round? He's sort of Lewis is too
Basically, for
confused.
people watching, it's Connor
Is that
has
what
a picture
sign
of him
from
playing.
Delta?
It's
It's
always
always
that,
Delta. What?
We were supposed
I didn't even know you were on.
I was the opening act.
Also, was that gig you put on, or was it?
No,
Or you were just the headliner?
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
a friend of ours we've known for years.
Oh,
Obviously,
nice.
they put the gig on every year in their back garden.
they made the
right.
sign.
Like a big farm back
Big-
on.
yeah.
They made the sign for it and they said that we could take it and we forgot to take it.
Oh well, I've used it. I've advertised it.
Who's the
I'm
keyboard player?
surprised
That's my
they
bass
kept it
player.
up
Oh,
the
is that
entire
right?
year.
Nice. Cool. Man of many talents, isn't he? Flipping heck.
Oh yeah. So
We haven't asked what everyone's drinking because I'm parched.
I think you're wasting your time.
Oh,
mate.
It's all water, is it? Oh,
I
right.
came into
pint
Connor
of
with 4
vodka.
pints of water.
I know.
No way.
rock and roll.
The youngest one, keeping away in check.
Oh, yeah.
I've got an alcohol-free rhubarb.
Oh well, I've got a mystery drink that Producer Cat bought us.
Cool.
So,
Been fairly sensible.
I don't know what that is.
Got to keep hydrated.
What is that?
We'll find out, guess.
It's called I think it was 141 gigawatts, but it had a picture of a DeLorean.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, the Back to the Future
Nice.
things. I like it.
So
I really like this beer. I'm a sucker for like pictures and names of beers. Like,
Is that why you like the beer? Because it's got Back to the Future in it.
yeah, well,
Does it not taste right?
it tastes. I mean, do you have a little?
Go on then.
There was a beer back in the
rushing the ball to get one.
there was a beer back in the Ivan House days. I can't remember what it tasted like, but I used to buy it because it was called Clever Girl. You know, from Jurassic Park, like the hunter. Clever Girl was based on that. Anyway.
I was meant to get James a jar of pickled onions to drink today, and I forgot, so that'll be on next week's episode, if I remember. I'm so spaced out today. I'm so sorry, guys. We've got a few Instagram questions. I'm going to put these on here on the first section, actually, because we've got quite a bit on the second section, to be fair. So, Instagram questions that we've got at Mrs. Berry Insta.
That's producer Cat.
Do you write and compose songs on acoustic or electric instruments?
It's primarily electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Mostly electric. I think we all go our separate ways, write songs, bring them into the studio. Pretty much like most bands do, to be honest, but there might be one or two on an acoustic if it's more of a slow ballad, whatever you want to call it.
Or if it's just a quick demo you wanted to
Or
record.
if it's a demo, but primarily I'd say on the electric.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, did you just all like have to, like the off the stage fest? Did you all have to practice the acoustic?
I'd love to say we practiced. And we just thought, well, how hard can it be? We know the songs.
I mean, we were too busy gigging to practice.
Yeah.
We had no time.
Just play exactly what you
I'm
play
sure
on an
we'll be
electric
alright.
on an acoustic.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But it's easier to record.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
More easier. We've got at Sarah Louise Laston. It says, just say hi from Sarah and Alex, and we still miss TIT. We will be up north one day to see you guys again. I presume that's just a long lost family friend that you guys know, or
It was during lockdown when I used to be, let's name drop Green Day again, shock horror, in a Green Day tribute band. I used to just do weekly live streams called Tune In Tuesdays, aka
that makes sense.
TID.
That's
what that is.
That was gotta be
And
managed.
she was an avid listener. So hello, Sarah.
And
Hi,
she's-
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. She's now a super fan that likes and comments everything. So
good.
She's a
Well, Sarah, you
very
better be
good
watching
fan.
this.
Always need
Like
The type of
follow us
fan
as well.
base you need.
Yeah,
At Off the
Exactly.
Stage UK.
we just need a few more fans like her, and we'll be set.
Everyone needs a couple of fans like that.
That's it. I mean, I think that's some of the hardest things you can do. Get like someone who's loyal enough to kind of comment and like on all your posts
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most people, even if they like you and stuff, it's hard to actually get them to engage with anything that you post
Yeah.
and stuff.
You've got to be really clever and smart these days with how, when, and what you post.
Yeah.
And like, Connor's the young one of the band here, and TikTok's like not my thing. I haven't got a clue. So it's like, Connor, run the TikTok page, show us what to do.
Our TikTok, the most viewed video isn't even anything about the
No,
band.
it isn't.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
like
it's-
that shit.
Is
don't
it
they?
still
Like,
you?
It's me breaking a arcade in Haggerston
Yeah,
Castle, arcade machine.
That's the thing with TikTok. It's like nobody wants to actually listen to bands on it. They're just like stupid shit. So you do the
Always
stupid
is.
shit, and you kind of hope that people kind of like follow you and get little bits of your music. It's
And it works is the annoying thing.
yeah, I know that is
Like I'm the same. My TikTok, I've got like music stuff on there. Nobody cares. I did one TikTok about taking the piss out my missus because she's like, why isn't he answering his phone? It's on like 414,000 views already. I'm like, and then here's a song I've got 23. Oh.
because it's the songs and stuff like you put the most of your effort into it. And you think like, oh, I'm proud of this. I'm gonna, and then it just
Dies a death.
It just flops and like, for fuck's sake.
And then you act like a tit for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're
It
famous.
takes no skill at all. Just like, but you can have as much production value and stuff like that, and spend a fortune on music videos and that. But then you just put a camera in front of you and pull a funny face, or do one of those. What's either the trending, like kind of what fucking spaceman are you or whatnot? What Marvel character are you?
flashing above your head, yeah.
I went for Harry Potter's. I don't
Oh,
think I
Harry
did
Potter.
Marvels.
Oh.
Final Instagram question is from Bouquet of Thorns. First part is, what's your favourite Green Day song?
There's three.
Sure.
One, there's the third time. Favourite Green Day song?
Should we go down the list?
Forever Now.
Forever Now.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Church on Sunday.
At the library, probably obscure one, but
Did you just make that up on the spot?
no, that's one of my favourite ones to listen to, because everyone goes for like the usual ones, American Idiot, Know Your Enemy, stuff like that. I don't know, I just like, because I'm different.
I wasn't massive on American Idiot, you know. I mean, I might get crucified by it, but I was.
Holiday was a bit of a bagger for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of grown on us a little bit more now, but I used to love, like, I mean, I guess it's probably the fickle thing where it's like, I liked them when they weren't as, like, political and stuff like that, but I like the kind of just the, like, Warning.
Yeah.
That was the first,
I'm crazy
track.
for Warning.
That's the first kind of, that's the first Green Day track, so obviously like the Basket Case and all that stuff, but I was more Blink.
Yeah.
Blink guy at school.
And the final part of their question is also, when recording songs, do you go to a studio or is it DIY? Brackets, we do ours DIY. So how do you record your songs, I'd say?
Well, we've just recently been in the studio,
Yeah.
haven't we? But a shout out to Bouquet of Thorns, their new song's really good. So if you need a band for the podcast, get them on.
And be watching, otherwise you won't be on.
But yeah, we've been through a few studios, and true studios. God, try saying that 3 times fast.
We'll mainly do most of the writing like ourselves. In like our own studio.
You'll do a DIY demo, and then
you get the idea, and then you get
send it over to whoever's recording it, producer, whatever, and then go into the studio and do it.
So have you found like a guy that you trust now? Is that because I know a lot of, like, you find someone that you like, and then you kind of stick with them, don't you?
That's the thing. It's funny we're talking about it because we've only just came out of the studio with a new track that's done. But we'll give him a plug. Rich at True Studios. Nobody else go there. He's ours. But we recorded with him about 10 years ago now on some of our earlier stuff, and then he closed during COVID, obviously, but then didn't reopen again, so we went to 2 different studios since then, and then he just reopened up again, and we're like, Rich, get us straight back in, and sure enough, we were in, and within 2 weeks he had the final mix and master back with us. Really good.
Very much planning on going back.
Definitely.
Definitely going back.
We'll go back when nobody else can. It's always
fully
And just finally, to close off the first part, we've got a new section called Up and Personal. So we didn't have this when you were last on the pod. And if you've watched the last few episodes, you'll know what it is. We're just going to ask what your most personal song is that you've written. It doesn't have to be released, but what's your most personal song and what's it about?
I'll let you go first.
I'd say for me probably is Wise Guy, to be honest. That was the first actual studio recording I did, and I mean, I don't know if you can tell by my style, but I like fast paced, like disco. DIY sounding rock.
Disco.
So I think that was probably the best one to kind of express myself with.
Yeah.
Good answer.
For me, it's got to be the upcoming track that we've just finished now called Can You Hear Me?
Got to get a shout out for it.
Got to get it out there, but yeah, that's got to be the song for me.
For me, it'd be Said and Done. It's a couple of like tracks in and me recording, but it was the first one. I kind of like done a bit more experiment on the drums, instead of doing like your basic beats. I had a few little things in, and it was the first song Lewis actually allowed us to have a little drum solo in it.
Allowed.
We'll go allowed. No, because like if it was me, I would have went go crazy. But we worked on a couple of things, got the beat down for it. But yeah, I'll go with Said and Done.
And mine, not to try and bring the mood down completely here.
That's my favourite bit.
No, a song called Tonight off our Nothing to Prove album. It was just essentially inspired, not wrote about, but inspired by a friend, me and Alexander Newman's girl, who isn't here anymore. But so it was just a little tribute, not specifically about him, but it was what inspired to write the song.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
I always like that one.
How many albums have you got, by the way?
3 albums.
3 albums.
But if you class the Blitz, because we had one with them and then 2 with FLL. But I mean, that's opening up another conversation. Albums these days, I think we spoke about it last time I was on it.
Probably.
Singles and EPs are what bands seem to be doing these days. So we've got the 2 albums, but singles and EPs, there's quite a few. Off the top of my head, I'd say 6 or 7 maybe, and then some other tracks in the work.
It's probably our most hot topic thing at the moment. It's like albums or EPs.
Yeah, it is. I think every band's kind of asking the same question to themselves: should we release an album? Is it worth it, or should we just release a load of songs?
I mean, I think it's with Even the Tides. I think they gave a good answer where it's like, if you've got like, if the songs have a specific theme about them, then release them as an album, because then you've got like a specific theme and that's part of the art itself. But if you've just got a bunch of songs that don't really have any connection, then there's no point in releasing them an album. Or like, release 12 songs, get your year's worth of content, one every month, and then at the end of the month do like a collaboration album, put them on an album.
It's best of both worlds, isn't it? Because then you're getting your singles out, staying relevant, and then at the end of it you have an album
that you can kind of sell potentially if you chose and stuff. But
cool. Let's call that part 1.
Yeah, of course. And then let's get me thingy. Yes, we will be back shortly. We will see you in a bit. Right, if we're back, baby. We're back, baby. And welcome back to side 2.
So part 2, we've got a segment called James Will Fix It.
I will, yeah. I thought the other one was a bit copyrighted, so we'll just change it to James Will Fix It.
But nobody wants to.
There's a tight line there.
Well, we were thinking like, maybe they might sue for copyright, but I don't think they're gonna.
Nobody wants to.
So I think
no one will stand up for that.
Love to see
this one's actually Cat will fix it, because she's given us this one. It's from r/musicians. It's always on Reddit.
Sounds like Dog will fix it.
So it says, James, can you fix it for me? It basically says, is anyone else good at playing instruments but just terrible at singing?
Yes. Next.
Okay, next question. I'll just say it anyway. So I'm a decent enough instrument player, but when I sing, I'm flat or produce notes that are entirely different than what I was intended. I'm in my 30s and accepted a while ago that singing would never be my thing, but now I'm wondering if maybe the fear of failure intimidated me too much and maybe I could practice and improve. Wondering what you guys think. So let's switch this to how would you give advice on how to sing? Like, how did you first learn to sing? That's probably more of a question I think lose, to be fair.
No, I was going to say, I think the best used to, really, if you start talking about playing an instrument and not being able to sing, because you have developed the whole playing your bass and guitar and starting to sing as well. So how have you managed to get comfortable with that?
I think with me it was more the confidence, because knew I could do it, but then when it comes to the actual act of doing it in front of a crowd, you think, oh god, what am I actually going to sound like? And especially when you have and you have a monitor and you can hear yourself, and you're singing, it booms back at you and you're like, Jesus, is that what I sound like? But I think once you get past that, if you've got an alright enough voice that matches the sound, just get that in your head instead.
I think for me as well, we had a lineup change, because when I first joined the band I didn't actually have a microphone at all, because the ex-lead guitarist had a microphone, and it was like, he left and we're doing 3-piece gigs and stuff, and then it was like, Lewis is like, right, you've got to start doing back-on vocals because we sound shit. And I was like,
lacking the haze and the vocals.
So I just picked it up and I just sharp found as I got it right, my confidence just skyrocketed with it.
I think it's once you get it right, but to me it's always like you constantly sounding shit. To me, I'm still constantly sounding shit, but you get that point where it's it just clicks, doesn't it? You say, I can do this. That's pretty cool. That's like,
I think the key answer to that is confidence, given both of you have said it. And the whole cliche of practice makes perfect. Once you get your confidence going,
it's a muscle at the end of the day, so you just gotta work at
train
it. Train it. I remember when I first started to learn, I used to just my thing was to shout in key. And then they got there, that's singing, and it's like it's true. You shout in key. As long as you got the key right, you just shout it, then that's singing. I was like, It's easy.
Nice and easy.
Singing lessons
But
from James Berry.
I mean, I probably got into singing and stuff listening to Bob Dylan, so it's I didn't have much to kind of in like that. The level that I got was basically Dylan, so I was like, oh yeah, that's fine.
That'll do.
If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Anyway, actually, there was another one you showed us here. Shall we do this one as well?
Go for it.
Go on, and this was by user Trickish5.
Trickish5,
something like that.
Okay.
Because you do cover gigs, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one is how much should my band charge for a show? So,
that is the question.
But
isn't
that's
it?
just obviously like it's got to be in what's the context, you know.
Yeah.
So my band is wanting to plan a small tour. Nothing much. Just around my city, playing at bars. I was going to say that's not really.
That's
a tour,
not
that's a whole new kettle of fish.
We've had that debate earlier this year.
I was wondering how much we should ask for when asking for gigs. We're all high school students and just want to make a bit of cash. We've been performing for 6 years, so we have experience but never organised a show by ourselves. Any tips? It's a tough one. I mean, is it like a cover gig or is it?
Very much depends on the gig.
Yeah.
If it's a
Yeah.
cover gig, I try and push for £100 per person, and then you can haggle it down if it's local
Yeah.
or whatever you're happy with.
Absolute bare minimum if you're a band, 250 between yous.
Yeah.
But
It's like the amount of
I would say with that,
budget.
if especially when you're starting out, look at what your expenses are and look how many members you've got essentially.
Yeah. I remember when we first started out, we got paid like tuppence, hardly anything, but we never paid ourselves. We basically we got all the money. We
Pay for the gig.
we just invested it in better equipment, and eventually we got really good equipment. And believe it or not, the better equipment you get, the better you sound. So we started sounding a bit better, which meant we could charge more.
Yeah.
And then you started kind of you return on investment and all that.
But money was better than bigger tokens.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, the good old smugglers bank holiday specials. Used to love
God.
them. I just get absolutely trashed members. So
it was
three pints.
yeah.
Three pints.
3 pints on one total.
So it's just fine because you just walk down with your guitar, like all the sound is there. You just plugged in and didn't and got going.
Like a big buskers night.
It pretty much but it was like
Essentially.
a proper. It was a full event mind. It's probably the only time it really got properly busy towards towards the end of
It was
the
either the bank holiday or the air show.
Yeah.
Because the air show was crazy down there.
Yeah.
As you'd expect.
But going on to script, if it's originals, don't charge anything. You'll be lucky to make minus 300. You know.
It's like with the original stuff, it's ticket sales. So you ask to hire the room out. If they're happy for you to, you can hire it out. If they want to hire you out for free, say, oh, you can just play here, but we can't pay you.
Yeah.
You can have a ticket door sale. So it just depends how much.
I always say if you're especially if you're a start-up original focused band, probably get on like supporting first initially rather than putting your own gigs on.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never made a profit from an original gig yet.
But if
I spend it on hire venue, sound engineer, promotion, support acts. You're like, fuck.
if they were saying about a tour though, your key thing with that, right, from our experience anyway, you don't make any money from the playing the gig, but your merchandise is what
That's
really
where
gets you
it's-
money.
This is where it's shifting, isn't it? Because it's like we talk about like TikTok and stuff like that. You have to create yourself as a brand, rather than the music is just an advertisement. So the gigs are just an advertisement. The brand is what the t-shirts and the merch. That's what you're selling as your brand as a band, the band brand.
It's the thing, because when we go away, you might get, I mean, for example, £50 to £100 for playing, but then if you sell a couple of t-shirts at £10 a pop, that's where your money's coming from, and that's what's happened for us over our last few tours. And I think if they're looking at doing that, looking at getting some merch before you go.
fridge magnet bottle openers.
Bottle openers,
Fridge
magnet bottle openers.
I've still got mine.
Tell you what was the manager said, lighters.
Lighters.
Just give away lighters.
Oh, okay.
Just give them away. Put like your QR code on it. Because everyone's always after a lighter.
We should start.
Or maybe not as much anymore. Depending on bloody taste. Oh, health bars, aye.
I love my own signature geek bar.
Was that for Just Ask James?
Yeah, that was.
James will fix it.
Did we fix that?
I think
I'd say so.
I hope so. We fix that.
Covers, charge what you want, but expect to be haggled down. Originals, good luck.
I'm gonna have to have like a sound bite. So if we fix something, at the moment it has to be like.
It's alright.
We fixed it.
Okay.
Jeez, Kieran. No, that's not as good as it. Right, well, I'll look for one. I'll look for like a...
I'm sure you can find one.
Yeah.
I'm sure what I've got in mind is going to get copyrighted. But we'll find it. So what we do now as well, we get 3 questions from yourself to ask next week's guest. But first of all, we've got 3 questions from last week's guest. Question 1 is, what's your favourite inspiration for songwriting?
That's always the question.
Who did we have on last week?
I think there's no kind of specific things, it's just certain things that happen that create like a bit of a domino effect and just kind of lead to certain things through certain experiences. Like, there's not any specific things that I don't think any of us could write a song purely about, but I think more of a combination of things, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's personal experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like, and everyone experiences different things.
I mean, the typical thing is like a breakup. I'm sure everyone's wrote a song about a breakup once in their life.
So I don't think I have, actually.
I did nearly an entire album on it.
Yeah, you need to know.
Don't hold grudges, I write songs.
No, actually, I don't think I've ever written a breakup song.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known Kat since 2009, so like...
Well, Kat,
It might be in the works.
Did one called Love Sick Blues about you and your ex?
Oh, did I?
Oh, there you go.
About being still
Bing.
quiet.
well,
It's
if you
been
ever...
shocked.
Oh, I'm going to have to
Very
fish that out. But was it an album? Fucking hell.
Very
I'm glad you remember that. Jesus.
I don't think she'll ever forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I've
If he's
written
ever
one
struggling
song.
for inspiration, Kat, you know what to do. Just
Yeah.
walk out for a week and say...
I was quite scared, to be honest. Because I'd already been going out with him a few weeks.
Love Sick Blues did. Don't leave me! And you didn't.
I think she was scared to leave.
Yeah, that's
What's your favourite gig you've played?
Oh, that's a-
For me, Tanhill. Straight away,
I'm sure
Tanhill.
I said that last time we were on the Tanhill.
It's
Yeah.
probably not my favourite one, but I'm going to give it a shout out because it was such a good gig. But we played
Last Saturday.
yeah. We played Presthaven, Haven site down in Wales, and the crowd down there were fantastic. The place
Yeah,
was
absolutely
bouncing.
amazing.
Shout out
that's-
everybody in Wales.
That's where I got
Yeah.
mixed, because when I asked you, Zord, you want to come on, you're like, oh, yeah, I might struggle because we've got a breakdown in Wales. I thought it was a breakdown. I was like, oh shit, your car's broken down. Like, well,
No, we're just on a break down.
yeah. So I was panicking for a second. I was in a wedding. So I was messaging Gary, so I was like, just quickly read. I was like, oh shit. Anyway, all fine, wasn't it?
Alex, favourite gig?
Any of the favourite gigs, yeah.
Trying to think of the name now.
Give us a clue.
There was the gig that I left my snare at home.
Willowman Festival.
Willowman Festival. So, a little breakdown on it. We were playing the Willowman Festival, going down. We get to the gig, and I'm looking in the van. I'm like, "Where's my snare?" And we're looking all around. And I'm like, "I've left it at home, haven't I?" So I had to ask this jazz drummer. I was like, "Oh mate, can I borrow your snare?" He was like, "Oh yeah, just don't tune it, don't whack it hard, because I've got it tuned, and I'm a jazz drummer."
Sure, it was
Yeah.
a pickle.
So here's
snare
me.
as well.
I put it on, and just whacking away, and you can see him at the side of the stage, like, going, "No, it's not me." But just because of that, but it was kind of like, for me, it was like my first big festival as well. Just everyone absolutely loved it, and
It was your favourite gig because you got to destroy somebody else's stuff.
it was a very expensive, very
Jazz to
expensive
evolve,
snare.
like,
I know,
he's
it's just-
particular with the...
They're just
I mean-
standing at the side, just giving us death looks, and I'm just like,
And
keep
playing
going.
with the undertones isn't too bad either.
Oh, is that
Oh,
yeah, it was
we'll
on.
just hint that
shit.
in as well.
Yeah, don't leave that one out.
Yeah,
wanted
who
to
cares
drop
when
that
you-
one in there.
when you just gonna know the jazz.
Yeah.
The final question for last week's guest, which kind of links into what we said about the confidence and stuff. But how do you overcome performance anxiety?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Nike.
You've just got to get someone to shove you out on stage and in front of everyone.
I'm just going to say Shia LaBeouf would be very proud of you right now.
You've just got to get up on stage and
The
just.
thing is, if you want a band, if you want to be a musician, you've got to just go out and do it.
Yeah.
People are only going to enjoy it if you want to be there. So
Yeah. Don't think twice. Be yourself on stage. Don't be
Yeah.
a persona.
There's nowhere to
I
hide.
think that's quite an interesting point, actually, because I reckon most musicians deep down are quite like introverted. So it does take some like courage for an introvert to get up to a bunch of people and like perform.
Yeah, and you find with musicians as well, they're usually two different people. Like
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah,
off stage and on stage.
Yeah.
I mean,
Off
I'm
the
quite.
stage, the stage.
Oh, there we go.
And final part, we just need 3 questions for next week's guest.
That haven't been asked already.
To be fair, I'm sure we've had a couple that's been asked twice, 3 times, so it doesn't really, just whatever you can.
Do you know who the guests are?
Do you know who the... probably, but every time we say it, they cancel. We said it last week, and we were like, oh, we'll ask questions for such and such, and then cancelled. It's like, fuck. And it happens quite a lot, actually. So, to avoid the curse, no,
yeah, you're not
we don't.
Say
No.
Yes. Any
Cancel
ideas?
anyway now.
Auction order might not, because...
What's the worst performance?
That's
it's
the worst. Everyone always asks about the best.
Yeah.
The worst is a lot more juicy, and
we're just gonna have like 3 negative questions.
A venue or a person's gonna get a bad rep next week.
Who's the worst promoter you've ever worked with?
Myself. That's probably my own worst enemy, to be honest.
So worst performance.
Worst performance is fair.
What would you do in the middle of a bad performance? How would you overcome it?
I'm just putting bad in each question now.
Doing like with conflict resolution here.
Just get a job in HR.
Yeah.
Final question.
Any ideas?
I'll let you too.
It doesn't have to be music related.
That's what I was just mentally trying to think of a music question. Come on, there's got to be one.
What's your favourite thing from Greg's? No.
What's your Greg's order?
What do you do when you don't get paid? That's a juicy one.
We've had that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's answer is going to be the same in that situation. Like,
I just keep messaging the guy till he pays us. I'm waiting for a payment from December 18th still. We're flying through every month. Any update? No reply. It's never happening. Cool. We'll add that in for next week, and we'll see you in pot 3.
Yeah. And.
Back in the room.
We're back in the room. 3, 2, 1. We're back in the room. And welcome back to side 3. So, what's on the agenda?
Horse Outside is out on Thursday. Go stream it. If you don't know what it is, good. So pot 3. What kind of stuff is on the horizon for Fire Lady Luck? What we got coming out? So
a brand new song, another one. Like we said earlier,
we've just had. Well, just to quickly first, we did just have a release earlier on the air called Wise Guy.
Wise Guy, yeah.
Just give that a bit of fame.
For Can You Hear Me? We've got a music video in a top secret location, haven't we?
We have, yeah. No, we can't actually.
We actually aren't allowed to say where it is.
What's the location look like?
Can tell you what it is, but I can't tell you where it is. It's an abandoned railway tunnel underground.
It's dark, cold, but secret.
I bet you if you, because you know, if you've been on like, I'm sure it's like the TikTok or YouTube or something like that. So there's like geolocators who like professionally find. I bet they find it within seconds. That's there.
That's really.
I'm interested with you saying you're not allowed to say where it is. Is that because you went there illegally and didn't get permission, or did you sign a form that said you can use it but you can't declare what you did?
We went there.
Is it a bit of both?
Well,
yeah,
it's a bit of a grey area, isn't it?
My mother is kind of the manager of the property, so
so she has.
She's
said do it but don't tell.
Being like, I've got.
Don't tell me. Don't mention it on a podcast.
That makes sense, because the minute you start telling people where it is, everybody's going to be flocking there.
So just to confirm, allegedly your mother's the owner of the manor.
But yeah, that's the video for the track, but the track itself will be coming out next week, the 30th, I believe.
Is that not the week after?
Next week.
Nothing when this is released.
See, Lewis is smart. He uses his future maths.
It'll be tomorrow.
I've just had the 1 week thing in my head. That's all.
But yeah, so we recorded that at True Studios that we mentioned earlier. It's called Can You Hear Me? So that'll be out next week. And then do a music video for that. And gig wise, we're pretty much out every weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend coming up. We're doing a few biker rallies. They're always fun. Terrifying but fun.
Especially when you play a song they don't like.
Doing a pedal bike race is what I'm like.
Well, you know about that one,
mountain biking, downhill racing biking.
We did a biker rally with my wedding band, and I don't know why they picked us, because like we started with breakfast at Tiffany's, and it's just not. We're not. I mean, we'll find band for like it's generic kind of like wedding songs that everybody wants to hear, like non-offensive or anything like that. But at a biker rally, you say we got no. I liked it, to be fair. Like it must be a bit different, but
like we cover out like our own take on Tiffany's. Well, it's not Tiffany. Tommy James and the Shondells.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Tiffany. I think we're alone now.
Yeah.
It's the most surreal thing watching like hundreds of bikers sing Tiffany.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was the time, I think we were playing that. I can't remember where it was, and there was that.
Was it not Kids in America?
It could have been, and there was that massive guy. He took his t-shirt off, and honestly, you could see like your reflection in his back. And he tripped over backward and landed on Lewis when he was in the corner. And
took me out and the monitor.
I reckon some of like some of the older generation love like 80s pop because
Yeah.
they didn't like it at the time, but it obviously brings them back to like when they were young, so they got mad for it nowadays because it's like it's all like different music these days, isn't it?
But what else we got coming up?
So yes, Can You Hear Me is the big single that we'll be commissioning, and we will be going into the studio with many more later on in the year.
And we're doing the HMV stores.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will be promoting Can You Hear Me at the 3 local HMVs in the northeast.
And I'm now
Sunderland,
panicking.
Gateshead, and Newcastle.
Yeah, 'cause
Which one's your favourite?
I'm a Geordie, so I'll square.
Sunderland.
I was going to say
Yeah,
you
Sunderland.
Sunderland.
Oh.
Sorry, Jordan.
Well,
I'm the odd one out in the van.
well, you're the good one because the HMV gaffer at Newcastle listens to this podcast religiously, and he's already cancelled YouTube. Isn't that right, Rich? We got you.
Enjoy your solo show.
I've been gigging in Metro Centre a couple of times recently, and he's not happy.
Oh yeah, he sent a picture saying traders when the special there one time.
He's a funny man. He loves us really. I hope so. Sorry, so HMV gigs, do you know when they are, what dates there?
They're on the 4th.
He's putting up on his
Find
phone.
out. Yeah.
We should have had that ready.
Where are
So
we?
like we never have anything ready.
No,
Since,
I'm prepping next week's episode.
oh, that's clever. That's like
So, 16th of September, HMV Metro Centre. Where's the next one?
End of September.
HMV Sunderland, 30th of September.
Can you hear me, Lon?
Can You Hear Me's launch?
With the video.
And when is the last one? It's not even on my list.
It's in
How
October.
much I don't like
It's
it.
in October. Before that. What
Isn't
day in
it?
October?
Was it not November?
We're getting
Why
no.
don't you have all
It's
3 of them on?
25th of November, HMV Newcastle.
oh, it's okay. 25th.
There's too many gigs in the list.
So I'm
to keep
saving the
looking.
best one for last.
Good save.
Just confirm that for them. Should have told them.
Yeah, you have the flipping dates
That's
on
yeah,
there.
yeah, they're in on the 25th.
Yeah,
of November.
that's right.
We're so tight with them, I even share the share a connection with them. We're actually there on the 9th of September.
We are. Yeah, we should start advertising that one.
I've only just linked a post it today.
We actually seen. We went to the shop the other day and saw all the posters, all the bands coming up.
Yeah. They do good with HMV trying to.
I was going to say, it's good what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really massive respect
since
to
since they got taken over by like the Canadian guy,
Right.
they want to focus it more on like a community thing, which is why it's like live and local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which I know a lot of the time you get bands from outside the area wanting to come and play the various HMVs, but he does usually like to keep it local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of ethos they want to bring it back, which helps because I mean you can do deals now, like, and you can get your stuff in HMV, like sell it at HMV. It's like
Which is great for any upcoming band, to be honest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even just the hype of being in a HMV.
Especially if you're fully independent as well.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the hardest thing in the original industry at the minute, like getting your actual songs and things selling.
Yeah, because you only buy the stuff from the major labels, don't
Yeah.
you? the big stores and stuff. But yeah, you go to HMV and you can ask which kind of sell that thing. And you go,
Yeah.
What for you doing that then?
Because we really like HMV Newcastle.
That's right. Yeah, HMV Newcastle's good. To be fair, the North East are good.
Yeah,
I did HMV Birmingham once. That was a bit of a faff. But it was mainly a faff because it was during Pride. And the issue I had with it is they blocked off the entirety of the roads. So I'm trying to walk. It's a weird way to explain it. Unless I don't know if you've ever been to Birmingham Bullring before.
Yes.
Well, you know how they've got obviously their bull rings, their big Eldon Square kind of thing, and to get there you have to cross this bit of a road, but to get past that road was all these floats and all this like Pride and stuff, and there was no way of crossing. I'm there with like my busking out and everything, like I'm on stage in 15 minutes. I don't know what to do in the just walk 2 miles that way, and there's a cut, so I had to walk 2 miles that way and that way to walk all the way back this way. I'm like, So,
I appreciate what you're doing. We'll get out of the way.
Oh my god! just give me a 5 minute gap to run in between.
Do you know I've like gay danced a little bit?
I was going to say,
So you can kind of
just joined in and gradually backed down.
Got too carried away. I would have missed the show. 3 hours later. And just on promoting the local music scene, we're going to ask if you've got a local artist we can shout out that everybody should go check out.
Solstice.
Oh, that was a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Solstice.
Are they friends from uni or?
It's Tim and Jamie.
Huh?
It's their band.
Oh, God, it is.
So yeah, shout out to them.
I should have known that.
Shannon's cousin.
Yes.
Bouquet of Thorns, I mentioned them earlier. They're doing some good stuff. He's a friend of ours. We played the guitarist's dad's 50th birthday of all things a couple of months ago, and
was that the Green Day one?
yeah, there's 4 times. And yeah, we've known them a while. Check them out, Bouquet of Thorns. Anyone else?
I'm not scotch with down the stage. No.
I only listen to us.
And Green Day.
Yeah, back down.
Green Day mentioned 6 times.
You need a little Green Day counter in the corner of the video.
So you should get, you know, the keyboards when you played in school.
Yeah.
You just press the button. Just Green Day, Green Day, Green Day, Green Day.
You need a new sting on there.
I know. I was gonna say. I was thinking like a. Do you have the time? But like, just it's my. I'm thinking out loud. I'm gonna shut up now.
Cool. So people want to find you guys on social media. What's your social tags?
Go, Connor.
Yeah.
Fire Lady Luck, and Fire Lady Luck.
That's brilliant.
So we're on it. Oh my god! I nearly gave up the gig guy this week. Mate, pissed me right off. That did.
I noticed there was some bands in the gig guide that you hadn't tagged. I was like, oh, you can see who the naughty ones were.
Yeah. My name's Jim Fish Sound, and you're the only Jim Fish in the world, are you? No. How am I going to find your page? Have you advertised your gig? No. How am I going to find out who the fucking Jim Fish is? Fucking hate people, me. You guys are mint. Fire Lady, look.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a crap band name, but it works.
It's findable, and that's the
Exactly.
important thing. As an unsigned artist.
Yeah, I quite like Fire Lady Luck actually.
It means nothing. People ask us all the time, "What's a band name mean?" There's got to be a story. No.
It's like you're letting Lady Luck go, like so Fire Lady Luck, like.
Explains why we've had no luck.
Yeah.
You're kind of like doomed from the start, calling yourself Fire Lady Luck. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, I mean, if it's a completely unique name, then it's like it's.
Well, it's better than the Blitz. You type the Blitz in, you would find us on like page 47 of Google.
Top 50 though.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's more than something.
Thank you very much for coming down, guys.
Pleasure.
To all our viewers, if you don't watch us on YouTube, we have a YouTube. If you don't know, we have a Spotify. Follow us at Off the Stage UK. Me and James recorded a song a couple of weeks ago about a horse and some dirty wedding. It's called Horse Outside. It's going to be available this Thursday, the 24th.
Thursday. Song, by the way, just
yeah. It's great crack. It's my first cover song I'm ever going to release, and hopefully the last, because I don't like releasing cover songs. But who knows? This could be really successful. I might have to change my entire pathway.
Do like Drum and Sailor next as well? Does he do that one? Right?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, go check that out. Go check out Fire Lady Luck. And final question: what are you going to play for us in part 4?
It's going to be our upcoming song.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
That's out in
a week.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in the next section.
Yeah. We will once I figure out which one the
James,
crap one is.
press
Wrong one. There we go. See you later. I knew I was going to get that one.
63 weeks, James.
Fire Lady Luck, can you hear me? Acoustic. Here we go.
All you're doing now, but I'm sure I want to be there. Oh, I'll ask you something, will you ever change your mind? Please tell me. Now I know what it's like to be left alone. Will you take me home? How I wish that you knew what I'm going through. I'm sorry. Do you know what you mean to me? That's never gonna change. So take a break, take all the time you need. I'll be waiting here for you. And I'll ask you something, will you ever change your mind? So please tell me. Now I know what it's like to be left alone. Will you take me home? How I wish that you knew what I'm going through. I'm sorry. I'll ask you something, will you ever change your mind? I'll ask you something, will you ever change your mind? I'll ask you something, will you ever change your mind? Please tell me.